All right, team. So we had a brainstorming sesh and we came up with something super cool called tipping. And all it is we're going to drop everyone's hourly pay to about 213 an hour, and then we're going to give the customers basically like an option like, hey, do you want to pay a little extra based on the service that you received? It'll be anywhere between 10 to 20%, and that money will then go into a pool that will be taxed, just so you know. And then we'll split it amongst all of the staff who received the pay cut. Does anyone have any? Veronica, you have a question? Um, it, Forgive me. Can't we just keep paying them an hourly wage that they can live on? Because what it sounds like is that this is based off of like the customer's generosity and what they feel that they want to pay as a tip. So it's not guaranteed. So, like the waiters and waitresses and all that, they may not make a livable wage if customers decide that they don't want to pay. So, wouldn't it just be better, especially since we're making record profits, wouldn't it be better to just keep paying them a livable wage? And then if they get tips, then it's extra, like it's just an added bonus. As always, thank you so much for your feedback and your question, Veronica. So, I don't, let me explain it again. Basically, people are still going to get paid. They're just going to be getting paid by the consumer, by the consumer. So they're still receiving a paycheck. It's not going to come out of our pockets. No, I get what you're saying. I just don't see how it benefits your workers, because if they're making $2.13 an hour and for whatever reason it's a slow week or customers that week just don't feel like tipping, then they're going home with $80, and that's not livable in any way, shape, or form, especially not in today's economy. So I'm just trying to find a way to maybe save the company money, but also not screw over our workers, and also not put the burden of paying the salaries on the customers who are already paying escalated prices for the food that they're ordering. Like, am I making sense? So I think you're making sense, but it also kind of feels like you're kind of going against the company. Like, you work for the company and we are here to make a profit, bring a product, or a service. And it just kind of feels like you're not for us. Am I reading that right? Oh, I didn't know that by advocating for the workers, I was going against the company. I thought I was just trying to find a balance. But okay. Okay, so we're going to end this meeting here. As always, Veronica, thank you so much for your feedback. But we're not going to take any more questions. We're going to implement this, see how it works, get as much out of people as possible. We'll start at the 10%, then go up to 15, then 18, and then we're going to say 20% is unacceptable, and then we'll keep going from there. But we'll get some feedback in a couple years, and hopefully this works. So, chop chop.
Hey,
Go
Veronica,
tip.
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm new to the team and I really want to do some sort of team building activity this Friday. It's just for an hour. You can either come in late or you can comp the time another time, or you can take it as overtime, whatever you want to do.
I have some things going on this weekend, but an hour shouldn't be too bad. No problem. I'll be there.
Great. Um, I don't even know if I should be saying this, but a little birdie told me you were a little difficult to work with, but I don't see that.
Was this little birdie a vulture by the name of Janet by any chance? I understand why you can't answer, but Janet had no respect for boundaries. And she didn't know when to take no for an answer. And she thought that because I worked here for 40 hours a week, that it just meant that I had to give up all my time all the time whenever she needed me. And she didn't say please. She told me that I had to come in and that I had to work overtime with no pay. And there's a reason that Janet is no longer in her management position.
I think this is going to be a good working relationship.
I'm a pleasure to work with otherwise.
Hi, I just got a letter saying that my lease is not going to be renewed this year.
Yeah, you're on the list for non-renewal.
Are y- are you able to tell me why? Like,
You just no longer qualify for your apartment.
I've never been late on my rent. It's never been a problem for me to pay my rent on time. even if I didn't qualify, because you guys put up my rent last year, which put me outside of the qualification limits. So now I just don't understand the difference.
Yeah, I understand that. Unfortunately, you're on the no renew list.
How am I if I go apply for another apartment, I'm not gonna qualify. I'm How am I supposed to live?
To be frank, you're about $1,000 under market value. We're bringing everyone up to market value. So instead of raising your rent $1,000, we're just going to be non-renewing you. You're not the only one on the list.
So you're not renewing my lease and kicking me out because I pay under market value, which is $2,000, and you think you can make $3,000. So I'm becoming homeless so that you guys can make an extra 1,000 a month. I just want to make sure I understand it correctly.
Yep. Seems like you got it.
What am I supposed to do? I can't afford to move out of state right now, plus I have my job here. What do you suggest? Like, you guys are literally kicking me out just so someone else can come pay more when I've never been late on my rent.
I wish I had a solution for you. It's just not really my problem. You have 60 days to move out. If you are not out within 60 days, then we'll begin the eviction proceedings.
Okay. Thank you.
Next, we're going to review your taxes, fees, and insurance. Here's your booklet.
Okay. Wait, there's a whole booklet of taxes, fees, and insurance?
Yep, it's pretty standard.
Just a quick question. What's the difference between homeowners and house owners insurance?
So, you know how they say not every house is a home? So, basically, if you are not able to make your house a home, you still got to pay the house, right? If you're able to make it a home, then it's a beautiful thing. Does that make sense?
No, that really doesn't make sense, but maybe it will. Let's continue.
So we're just going to go over them real quick. You let me know if you have any questions, okay? So for taxes, we have the state, county, city. You have the backyard, the bilingual, the New Yorker, the dog bark tax, the just because, and another one just in case. For insurance, as you already know, we have the homeowners and the house owners. Fire, flood, hurricane, running water, sewage, bedtime story, monarch butterfly, and the save the manatees. That is an important one. And then for the fees, we have the house fee, the street fee, the pavement fee, and the grass fee. Do you have any questions at all?
Do I have any questions? That is a loaded question right there. Can I opt out of any of these taxes, fees, insurance? I really don't need the monarch butterfly insurance.
Oh, you're so adorable. I get that question all the time. The answer is no. You can't opt out of any of these insurance fees or taxes because they're federally mandated. But welcome home.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, yes. So I went and got my degree, I got my licensing, and now I went and got the experience that you required. So I'm here for a job.
Yay, woo! I'm gonna give you the paperwork. Just fill it out and bring it back.
And what's the starting rate?
For the position you're applying for, I believe it's $17.75 an hour.
How much?
$17.75 an hour.
You said $17.75 an hour?
Yes, I did.
You guys require a master's, 2 years of experience, and all the licensing.
Right, but as an entry-level position, you start at
Entry
17.
level. Entry level would mean you have no experience. And
Entry-level means you're entering the company at the bottom level. You don't have experience within the company.
okay. Hold on one moment, okay?
What?
Just give me 1 second. 1 second.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
What's the address here? I'm getting the address for you, but in the meantime, I'd like to report some bullshit.